Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So in today's video we're going to be taking you through the Horizon winter season of Series 34, which is the third season following summer and autumn. So unfortunately now autumn has finished. I haven't done these two dailies yet, so if you didn't manage to get any of the prizes here, such as the Celica, very nice car, Holden, anything else, bad luck. You'll probably be able to pick them up in the auction for relatively cheap now that they've been available. And if you do want to let me know down in the comments, I might have a duplicate, or probably will have a duplicate of most of them. So if you did miss anything from autumn, let me know. But we're now on to winter, which I know quite a lot of people hate. It is quite annoying when they give you like challenges where you need to do like powerful cars and stuff, and the stunts sometimes are a bit ridiculously hard. So if you do need any extra help, let me know down in the comments and I'll try to help you out as best as possible. There is no live stream this week because it's the week where I don't, it's just fallen that way, so we'll be streaming in spring, where the trial might be a bit hard. I'm not really sure, so it's just the way it's fallen. But if you do need any help, I can let you know you can let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to help you out. Whether it be some more car suggestions, I can even make separate videos if you really need me to. This week I'm going to try and focus on getting some more content out that I've been on about in the past few weeks, like test track videos, and starting that new to A to Z series you might have heard me mention in one of my live streams or something. So I'm going to try and focus on that, so I'll probably have time to do a video on the stunts or something if you need me to do that. So it is a bit of an interesting week. As usual, all information can be found down in the description below, if anybody actually reads descriptions. I'm hoping they do. As usual, I've selected 2 or 3 cars for each event, which I believe it'll do the best in it, and I've put the share codes for the tunes in there. I think all but one is my tune, but the one that isn't my tune, I've put who the creator is, so you know who that is. So yeah, it is a bit interesting, but hopefully we'll be able to manage through it, and like I said, any help, just let me know. So regarding the photo challenge, it's actually a really easy one this week. You need to take a photo of any off-road car. So off-road cars, we actually need off-road cars for the games. So whatever car you're using for the games, you may as well just take a photo of it. There's no specific place you need to do it. I know this picture is actually at the Mud Kickers, I think, or it might be the quarry, I'm not really sure. But just take a photo when you're at the games or whatever, or whenever you're in an off-road car. It can be anywhere on the map, so as long as you're in your Ford Raptor or your Jeep or whatever off-road car you've got, that'll get you the 3% super wheel spin. The Forzathon Shop, I'll show this, and I'll also put a pinned comment on. Last week I forgot to show the Forzathon Shop Backstage in Super 7, so I'll show them now, but I quite like the method of putting the pinned comment on, just to see. So this week we've got the 2019 Rimac Concept 2, very good drag car, doesn't turn very well, so I wouldn't recommend it for racing, but it's quite a rare car, quite expensive, and also a very nice car to own with it being electric and stuff. So that's for 600 points. Remember, if you own the Lake Lodge house, which is free with VIP pass, then you get double Forzathon points in weekly challenges, daily challenges, the bonus when you've completed all 7 dailies and the weekly, and also Forzathon live events as well. So if you wanted to get more Forzathon points, if you're struggling a bit, if you're lagging behind because you're spending them often, then that is probably a way to boost them. You also have the backstring emote. Why? I don't really know. The funeral march car horn, whatever. If you want to buy these to make sure you don't get them in your wheel spins and that, then feel free. And then you have the 1972 Hoonigan Chevrolet Napal M Nova. I have an A-class tune for that. Probably not a very good tune now because it was one of the first tunes I ever made, but yeah, it's quite a nice car to have in your collection. I believe it is a wheel spin car, but anyway. If you've got some points lying around, you can buy that. The Forzathon challenge, as usual, I uploaded that last night. Touring wagon in the Mercedes mouthful. So I'll leave a link to that on the end screen at the end of the video. You can find it on my channel as well if you didn't already know. the rewards this week, for 50% you get yourself another Backstage pass to make up the 3 that we get in the series, and then for 80% you've got the Aston Martin DBS SL from 2019. I've never driven the car myself, but it's probably a very nice car. Aston Martins are quite nice to cruise around in, so I'd highly recommend you get it, as it was quite expensive in the auction. I sold mine before the season started, and I'm pretty sure the price will go back up. With it being winter, not many people will be doing the season, so there won't be that many people getting the car. So for any daily challenges, as usual, I'm not going to go through them in any kind of detail. If you do want to know how to do them, if you're struggling for whatever reason, let me know down in the comments. You've got the Mercedes X-Class. That is a very good car. I love that car. I have an A-Class tune for it. Probably needs updating a bit, but that is incredibly good. But just a very good all-round car. It is in the Backstage, so if you have a Backstage pass for 50%, you can buy it. But just get a duplicate, as I believe it's worth a few million in the auction, and they're always a good car to have. The Mini X-Raid, I can't remember whether that is in the auto show or not, but it's not really a rare car. But you don't have to win games, so you may as well do it. Stunts, as usual, super wheel spin. You got the Hoonigan Focus. Now that is in the auto show and in wheel spins and stuff. And it's not a rare car at all, but it's quite fun to drive. You got the Ford Mustang from '69. I'm not really sure whether that is in the auto show or not. But whether it is or not, if you like Mustangs, feel free to get that one. And then the CCGT, which is the car I'm in now, because I'm going to use it for 2 of the stunts today. So if you don't have it, I'd recommend doing this first to get it for the stunts. Especially the speed zone. So it's just an amazing car. The grip and speed is absolutely insane. There's loads of engine swaps. I have an X-Class tune, but I know Don Joe One Song has got an S2 tune. It is literally the best S2 car, in my opinion. Also the best sounding. I love the Koenigsegg V8. So rivals and rank, remember, they count for all 4 seasons of a series. So it doesn't matter whether you complete them in summer and then you start from 21% each season, whether you complete them in spring, and then if you've missed any percentage in the previous season, because of that it'll add it on. So if you just about missed 80% because you completed them in winter or whatever, then you will get the percentage added on. So ranked adventure is unlocked at tier 3 of quick play adventure. So ranked team racing, free-for-all racing and team games. So you just need to reach tier 3 in each of them to unlock each of them, and then you do one per month to qualify and to mark it complete, and then you can carry on getting the better rewards if you want to, but that is not necessary. While for the rivals, you just need to post a clean lap in the Pontiac, which we get next week, so only 1 more week to wait for that. So that means no rewinding, no missing checkpoints, and no hitting things too hard. Sometimes you can get away with it, but most of the time you can't. So I believe I'm in the top 300 still on the leaderboard. I'll be trying to get into the 122s, I think, near Stevens time. Currently at 123.5, so have a go at that. It is quite a nice circuit and a nice car, even though it is a bit of a boat. It is quite nice. So that is all the rewards for this season. Now, if we hop on to the stunts, so they are actually all quite near each other here. So the CCGT I'm going to use for the speed zone and the speed trap, and for the danger sign I'm going to be using the Hoonigan RS 200. For the speed trap you need 203 mile an hour. This is the speed trap I recommended for the Forzathon, but the seasonal objective is literally 63 mile an hour more than 3 stars, which is quite a lot. A bit random, I don't know why they didn't just do 200 mile an hour, not really sure. So any car that has pretty good acceleration and hits 203 mile an hour in this kind of distance, I'd recommend going from this way, because that's a pretty tight corner there. We'll be able to do this. The speed zone, you will need a bit of grip because you need 134 mile an hour, but you can start like all the way back here, carry loads of speed in. Just do bear in mind, don't overshoot it. It is winter, the roads are icy, so that should be alright as well. And the mud kickers one's a bit of a luck whether you hit the tunnel or not and then land properly, but I'll go through that one as well. So for the speed trap, 203 mile an hour in the CCGT here, and it hasn't got snow tyres, so there's going to be a bit of frapping, but if we get it onto the, oh wow, Oh, I'm not in an online session either because I spent too long in the festival getting the share codes for the cars. Because it's quicker to change car in the festival or a house than it is to in free roam. Right, we should be able to do it if I can keep the car straight. It's squirming a lot. It'd probably be better if I had snow tyres on it, but this is just a tune for stunts and stuff. Oh my god, right, there you go, 217.8. So if you can keep the car under control, it is pretty easy. For the speed zone, it's bridle board 134 mile an hour, so here you will be able to accelerate, and then you can take this corner full throttle normally, but in winter it might slide, but I'm just going to go back about here. So it's easy to get in the 179 is my PB. That puts me in like top 300 or something. I know Stephen got like 190, so depends. Obviously you're not going to get that in winter, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to set off. Luckily these roads aren't too icy, so we've got pretty good acceleration here. I'm going to try and get as close to here as possible, and we can grip round there. It's actually pretty grippy considering it's in the winter. I think I was actually quite near there. So 160, so there you go. I genuinely didn't realise you could get that high in winter, but sure. And now finally for the danger sign we need 215 metres, so that's basically 1.6 metres more than 3 stars, because it is a bit of an annoying one sometimes. So you could probably do this in the CCGT, but just because of the launch and the suspension, I'm just going to do it in the Hoonigan RS200. You could do it in any kind of car, maybe the Morsler, the Trailcat, although it might be slightly too heavy. I mean, the Hoonigan RS200, yeah, it is an exclusive, and it is quite rare and very expensive, but there are alternatives to it. I clicked on the wrong thing there, but it's probably a lot of people will have it now. I'm actually recommending it for the one of the championships anyway, so yeah. I think I actually need to change. I think for some reason I decided I was going to do it in the Hoonigan, and then I didn't change the share code from the Trailcat to the Hoonigan, so I'll have to put the share code for this in the description, not the Trailcat. Right. So here you don't want to hit the tractor, then fences. Here it's basically luck on whether it triggers and whether you hit these annoying things. Hopefully this isn't going to take me like 3 hours. That was a bit of an exaggeration. Oh wow. As you can see, this can be a bit of an annoying one, so make sure you've got rewind to hand or you'll be constantly going back. Right, there we go. Please be far enough. It should be, as long as I don't flip. Yes, there you go. 279. So if you hit it straight, it is ridiculously easy. It's just making sure you don't hit the tunnel thing, because that can be quite annoying. So whilst we're here, we'll cover the games. So it's at Mud Kickers, as you can see, which is a bit annoying because there's lots of things to tip on and hit, tractors everywhere. For this you win the Mini X-Rays like I mentioned before, and you need an A-class off-road car. So this is like what I said about the photo challenge. Whatever car you're going to use for this, you can just use it for the photo challenge, or vice versa, as long as it's A-class. So it's not extreme off-road, it is off-road. So I've selected 2 or 3 for each event, like I said, and put the codes for them in the description. But obviously I have got more tunes, I just haven't really got the time to go through them all. So the Chevy Colorado, very powerful, that was actually made for a games. Yes, it might be an exclusive, but is it in the Backstage? I'm not really sure. No, I think that's the X-Class in the Backstage. It is a bit tippy, especially at Mud Kickers, so that's why I didn't put it in the description, but still very good. That one's just a bit of a... I think I just tuned that randomly, so I wouldn't recommend that. The Ford Raptor, my absolute go-to A-Class car, you'll have seen it basically all stream on my online adventure stream. Amazing OP car there. You got the Hummers, that's the one that won the Backstage last week. I'll show the Backstage in a minute. You got that, which I used for last week's trial. It's okay. You've got that. What else have you got? Oh, you got the Mercedes G65. That's a very good car. Lots of options there. The X-Class, which is the car you win if you already have it. A very good car. The Mercedes Top Gear Edition. Very, very good car. I love the sound of that as well. I believe this one's OP in A class, but mine's tuned to C class. And then the wheelies, if you really want to be drifting around the whole time. So whichever you fancy there is, remember you don't have to win the game, so don't be quitting or anything, because there's no particular point. So for the trial, wherever it is, here it is. So it's cross country, as you can see, it's called Tobogganing, and you need an A class extreme off-road. So this one is extreme off-road, so don't getting yourself confused there. Right. Couldn't think what to do there, I kind of malfunctioned. Right, there we go. Okay, so the Bowler is always a good choice. In my opinion, it is better in S1, but it's also better than the Trailcat in A class, in my opinion. Doesn't appear to have very good acceleration, but once it gets going, it is an amazing car. This one's more built for handling, so if there are any circuits on it, that one's better. This one's got really good suspension, being a Baja one, so that's quite good. The Trailcat, mine's tuned to S1 for the stunts. I don't really like it in A class, it isn't my cup of tea really, but I prefer it in S1, but if you want. What else have we got? You've got the OP tractor, bit knee. I know quite a lot of people will be using this. You've got the tippy over Arctic truck if you want to have a bit of fun. So yeah, whichever you fancy, but do make sure you're not ramming your teammates. Feel free to ram the driver tires, but make sure they don't get you back too hard. And just have a bit of fun there. If you do need any help, let me know as always. For the championships, you've got Midnight Battle, and you need an S1 track toy, and it's street scene, so no walls to hit to recover on if you slide in the snow, unfortunately. So yes, it is S1 track toys, even though the CCGT is S2. I find that quite weird, but sure. So you have the Aston Martin Vantage GT12. That is a very grippy car. Not sure how it'll cope in the snow, but anyway. You've got the M4 GTS that has snow tyres on it. Absolutely a glorious sounding car, and also very powerful as well. What else have we got? Oh yes, so we've got the two Vipers. This one has snow tyres, this one hasn't. That one grips more because it's got road tyres, but snow tyres will be better in snow, obviously. And that one's also a bit faster. So the 2008 Viper, the van, OP van. This one's got the horrible racing V12 in it, I think. So if you want to, you can. I believe it has got snow tyres on it. This is the one I used last week. No particular kind of really special there. You've got the Cayman, that's a bit of a meh tune. And then you also have the Clio RS4's edition. It doesn't go fast at all. So I'd probably recommend the M4 GTS the most, actually. Right, now on to the next one. So next one, we have Dirt Racing, Blizzard Mountains. Obviously these are references to Horizon 3, and you need an S1 Hoonigan. So Ken Block's Hoonigan. Okay, so you have the Hoonigan Gymkhana 944 because very, very slow top speed, good handling, but not really very good against nerfed AI. This one, if you have car pass, I love that car, and it's a really, really good car. If you have car pass, I'd really recommend that. You have the S1 Hoonigan Aston. This is the one that's not by me, it's by Was News. So that one's got the turbo rallying, very good handling, whilst having some kind of top speed as well. That one's S2. And this is the car in the shop as well, by the way. There's my A-class tune, bit meh. So they're all the cars I've got tuned, but I'd recommend this most if you have it. This if you have car pass. Otherwise you can use this, it just doesn't have much top speed, whatever you fancy there. And then finally for the championships, we have the big one, road racing like a boss. And you need, wait for it, S2, base cost more than or equal to 2 million credits. So yes, they are making us drive ridiculously fast cars on ridiculously icy roads against ridiculously nerfed AI. That is absolutely correct, my friend. So if we sort it to value, and then if we go to 1 million plus and we just scoot across until we get to 2 million, and you have quite a lot of choices. That's the car in the Forzathon Shop, by the way. So I have my 1993 Mclaren F1. That one was actually when we had to use it for the Forzathon, so it is called Forzathon, but you can still use it for this. Basically got the max power it can, very good grip, hasn't got snow tires on, but it should be alright if you just keep on control of the throttle. Yeah, I did say you have lots of options, but not all of mine are tuned properly. Yeah, where was the other one? Ah, there it is. My Veneno, Lamborghini Veneno. So it's 4.5 million. However, it was in the Super 7 last week, the trial in summer, so you'll probably have 2 of them already now. So yeah, that one's really, really grippy as well. Again, no snow tyres, but ridiculous grip, and everything like that. So they're my top 2 for that. So I'll quickly show the Super 7. So the Super 7 this week is the Porsche 917 Porsche 917 LH. Quite a nice car, I guess, if you like retro races. Never driven it, but feel free to complete your 7 challenges. Remember, you can only get it once. And in the Backstage, I think the Hummer took it by 1%. It was 51 to 49 against the Morsler. However, the Morsler is very cheap. This week, you got the Jeep Wrangler DD versus the Chevrolet Chevelle. I'm not really a fan of classics, and I haven't really looked in the auction. But because I have 3 of them, I'm still going to vote for it. I was actually going to vote for the Chevelle, but sure, probably more practical anyway. Right, so that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video and hope you found it to be helpful. If you do have any questions or anything else to say, let me know down in the comments and I'll try to reply as soon as possible when I get to see it. If you do, so enjoy doing your winter season, getting your CCGT, X-Class and stuff. And I'll see you all with some more content hopefully this week. So I'll see you all later. Bye.